someone who I want to see in the All-Star game, a gentleman by the name of Ja Morant. Ja Morant didn't have just 26 points. He did it 10 for 11 from the field, and they won the game against the Houston Rockets. Jalen, the Grizz have won 6 in a row, and as we sit right now, they are in the 8th seed in the Western Conference. Are the Grizzlies a playoff team? I can't believe I just said that.
That 8th seed is just going to be up for grabs in the West the entire season.
There's a big gap between 7 and 8.
Just think about it. They're on a long win streak, and they just got to the 8th spot.
Yes, barely.
The Pelicans are going to get Zion back. We'll see what's going to happen with them. Can they make a run? They're only 4 games back. I'm disappointed in some of these efforts that the Houston Rockets have been putting out on the floor.
Yeah.
Some of these bizarre losses. They get up for teams like the Clippers, but then on a nightly basis, they're not as consistent as they need to be. And if you notice in all of those highlights, it's a lot of Ja Morant, but it's also a lot of turnstile James Harden.
Oh, yeah, James Harden just let him shoot.
Daring him to shoot.
Yep.
He knocks down the 3. Daring him to shoot. He locks down the 3 again. Going for the reach in the fast break. Goes behind the back. Continues to create. And when we talk about young dynamic duels, give flowers to Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis, who still hasn't really found his stride in Dallas yet. But Ja Morant and Jaren Jackson be balling.
Jaren Jackson Jr., if you don't know, he's balling.
And a right-handed player does a lot of great things with his left. Around the basket and dunking and long and blocking shots.
I'm glad you brought that up, because take a look at what the Grizzlies have been up to lately. Just tell me what these numbers tell you, Jalen Rose, because when you look at them, it's interesting. This is in 2020. Look at what they've been doing. You see that first on the right side of the screen? That's first in assists per game, first in points per game.
And I always talk about how the ball has energy.
Yes.
Kinetic energy.
Yes.
Electricity.
Yes.
When it moves, everybody feels better about their role. You run harder. You set screens. When you make a mistake, it's my fault.
Yes.
It's not an argument.
The energy.
Yes. The energy and the karma is better around the team. So no coincidence, you're first in assists and you're second in field goal percentage. So now everybody playing their game.
Moving the ball around, getting open shots, passing up good shots for great shots.
And I want to shout out Dylan Brooks, too.
Yes.
Like, he was a scorer in college. I think he went to Oregon.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden he's getting that opportunity to play as a starter. And he's playing well. And Valanciunas is giving him an anchor down low. Every now and then, it's going to be once every 7 to 10 days. You're going to look down at the stat sheet. You're going to be like, Valanciunas had 25 and 15.
5 assists? Yeah. You're like, well, I remember him.
Yeah.
I remember him. Yeah.
So I want to make sure I give Memphis props.
So, Luka Doncic, they beat the Warriors. The Mavs beat the Warriors. But Luka Doncic only had 2 assists, Jalen. And you know how often he has the ball. How does Luka Doncic put on sneakers and end the game with only 2 assists?
Guys got to finish. He was dropping them off. Guys weren't finishing. But also, if you notice, they're trying to cut off his passing angles and make him a scorer. They're making him play one-on-one. And as much as we give credit to elite coaches in the league, and rightfully so, I got to also point out there are championship-level coaches who also struggle at different points of their career. Pop, right now, and Kerr are dealing with teams that aren't meeting expectations on paper. The Golden State Warriors are dealing with injuries. There's nothing you can do about it. But don't count the Spurs out for the AC. You asked me about Memphis, don't count out the Spurs.
Jalen,
you've been doing it for 20 years.
There's certain players in the league that just become my guy. You know who my guy is? Dwight Powell. I've liked him for a long time.
Activity.
Now he's starting to get a little more shine, a little more league pass action. 9 for 9 from the field. 9 for 9. Didn't miss a shot the entire night.
Live legs.
Love Dwight
the
Powell.
Floor.
Love Dwight Powell.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports analysis and highlights, download the ESPN app. And for live streaming and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.